Welcome back to another exciting edition of Wrestling on the Rat. My name is Eastside Dave of the Morning Rat Race. Make sure you're listening to Carl, Dave, and Gotts each morning, 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.9 The Rat. And with me is my broadcasting partner, the Doctor of Style, Roy Harter.
Hello, David, and hello, wrestling fans. Tonight's match, very special. We have the IWF Tag Team Champions, the Atkins Brothers, two of my personal favorites, David.
Absolutely.
Versus Kevin Knight and Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet.
Let's get to the match. It's Wrestling on the Rat.
Are you guys ready for the main event Tag Team Championship match? All right, let's do it. Let's bring the teams to the ring. From Midland Park, New Jersey, total combined weight 445 pounds. They are the IWF Tag Team Champions, Ryan and Robert, the Atkins Brothers.
Of course, Roy, you are very familiar with the Atkins Brothers. These guys have been the IWF Tag Team Champions for years now.
Dominating the sport, David. Dominating.
Absolutely dominating the IWF. They have been arguably the most successful team in IWF history. And look at Bivens, your new IWF American champion. We saw him defeat Rik Ratchet last month. He's showing his belt. I guess he has some sort of sinister alliance with the Atkins Brothers.
I guess so, David. Either that, he'll take every opportunity he can get to show off that belt of his.
And here are the opponents.
Rik Ratchet coming to the ring.
Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, on his way to the ring, Roy.
Look at him. He's a showman, all right.
Oh, he is absolutely on fire. Rik Ratchet kind of reminds me of that Fred Armisen from Portlandia.
I could see that, David.
Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
A little bit of a Fred Armisen look to him. Oh,
but a bit evil. Kevin
and
Knight.
Here comes the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, always a fan favorite, very popular.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With the fans. Listen to the noise. Listen to the excitement. I tell you what, these two make a good team.
Yeah.
Knight and Ratchet, it looks like they're also being accompanied by the ring by Eloy Fiesta, the world-famous wrestling manager. And got to give props to Gary Capetta right there in your camera shot there. Gary Capetta, the legendary wrestling announcer. He called matches for WWE, WCW back in the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I grew up listening to it, David. Actually, this may be one of my favorite matches to call because he did all the announcing.
This is going to be an incredible match. The new Atkins Brothers, ever since an attitude change, I'm going to say it might be an attitude change for the worse. Arrogant. They're full of themselves. They're cocky. They didn't used to be like this, Roy. They used to have humility. They used to be sweet, good old-fashioned American boys, but no. They've gotten some sort of arrogance to them these days.
Well, you know, David, in this day and age, times have changed. A little bit of arrogance goes a long way.
We need you people to watch him. We need you people
What
to
is-
make sure that they don't switch illegally because they're too hard to tell apart.
That is true.
People need to make sure the correct guy's in the ring.
The Master of Chaos is asking the audience for help in making sure that the Atkins Brothers aren't switching in and out. They very similar to the Killer Bees. You can never tell which one is who, although I will say the Killer Bees were wearing masks now that I think about it. So forget about what I just said.
Good point,
And
David.
here's Fred Armisen. Excuse me, it's Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet. He's going to tag the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, in, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you have all 6'8" Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, on your team, don't you let him start the match? I think so.
You know, I'll be honest with you, Rik Ratchet looks a bit like my divorce lawyer, David.
I can see that, Roy. I can see that very much. I've met your lawyer. That guy somehow owes me $35. I don't know how that happens. Kevin Knight stalking the Atkins brother, and that's what we'll call him because Kevin Knight's right. We don't know which one's which. Let's just be honest. Look at this.
And
though.
they
The Atkins brother showing some power here, but oh no. But Kevin Knight backs him right into the corner, says, okay, enough of the childish games right here.
You know, we've seen Kevin Knight in the ring with the Atkins brothers before, and
Whoa! That's an insulting slap from the Atkins brother right on the Kevin Knight's face right there. Wow.
Some taunting going on,
I'm
David.
saying there's some smack talk. It's just incredible to see what the Atkins brothers have become these days. I mean, going from guys who did all their homework and helped old ladies cross the street, and now, I mean, just they're savage, they're rude, and Kevin Knight's kicking the Atkins brother.
Yeah.
Oh!
Still got the fluorescence, though, David.
And the big Kevin Knight blow onto the Atkins brother. And Kevin Knight, oh my God, a shoulder right into the chest.
You don't realize how hard that hurts, David, I'm sorry.
I absolutely agree. What did you just call me?
I was going to call you the cyborg.
You were going to, for some reason, you're going to call me a robot. And look at Kevin Knight twisting the arm of the Atkins brother.
Refusing to submit.
I tell you, what would be shocking is if the Atkins brother tapped out right here. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
You know,
he's trying to get back in the ring and help out his brother, but the referee's having none of it.
You know, well, honestly, David, when twins are in pain, they both feel it, so that might be preventing the other one from jumping in.
Is that true?
There. Yeah, absolutely.
Even
true,
in the in wrestling, what you're saying with Kevin Knight applying, say, that wrist lock, you're saying the other Atkins brother would feel the wrist lock.
Absolutely.
That's
true,
interesting.
David.
Now, did you just make that stat up yourself? Because I'm feeling like that's the case.
Could be.
Okay, you did. And Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, now in the ring, and he's also delivering some wrist pain to the Atkins brother as well. Oh! Atkins brother reverses. Ratchet is doing everything he can.
Being coached by Kevin.
Trying to grab that rope, but I don't think he's going to get there.
Now, is it legal if Kevin is shouting instructions to him from the side of the ring?
Totally legal. Absolutely. It's a tag team, and they are allowed to help each other verbally. No question about it. That is very legal, and finally, Rik Ratchet gets out of it with a left. Oh, nice right cross, though, from Rik Ratchet, Mr. Showmanship.
Yeah. Rik Ratchet in such a state that he can't even adjust the second sleeve of his costume.
Yeah,
there.
I was thinking about that myself. I wonder if he did that on purpose. You know, sometimes guys do that on purpose, and Kevin Knight comes off the second rope and delivers a double axe handle right to the Atkins brother, picks him up for a big body slam. That's going to wake up some of the nerves. Here comes Kevin. Oh, he just stops the Atkins brother right in the eye. And an elbow drop.
Wow.
From the Master of Chaos.
French elbow drop.
Got a pin.
Haven't
But
seen
it's
one
just
of those.
two. What?
A French elbow drop? I have not seen one of those in years, David.
French elbow drop.
That's what they call it.
Okay. I'm not sure if they add the word French onto it. Kevin Knight now keeping the Atkins brother secluded. I tell you,
Quarantine.
the Atkins brother, he needs to tag to his pal. He needs to tag to his brother.
Now, can you tag with your feet, David? Let me ask you. I know this may be unorthodox, but is a foot tap possible?
It's not supposed to be legal. It, of course, depends on the federation, on the league itself, Roy.
Okay.
Some leagues it's hand-to-hand. Other leagues you can basically slap any body part.
Fair enough. I didn't know if their shoes had anything to do with it, if there was a...
It's a valid question. And here comes Rik Ratchet, and he's got a figure four leg lock from Mr. Showmanship. Rik Ratchet applying the figure four leg lock onto the Atkins brother, who is screaming in pain.
He can scream all he wants, but he's not letting him go.
If he gets to the rope, so he has to break the hold, and the Atkins brother got to the rope, so Rik Ratchet will have to give up on the hold.
You know, I never knew that rule, David.
Yes, that is a rule. That rule has only been in existence for 150 years.
Checking the notes in my rule book here.
Uh-huh. And what does your rule book say? Hold on, timeout. That's a pizza menu. You're lying to the audience at home. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not checking a rule book. He has a pizza menu in his hand. Okay, you lied just there. I caught you. Kevin Knight is in the ring. And Kevin Knight, the Master of Chaos, with a vicious headlock.
Brings him right to his knees, David.
The Atkins brothers are in big trouble here. Your IWF Tag Team Champion Atkins brothers.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to lose the belts. As I'm not sure how many times the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, and Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, have even worked together. But I'll tell you, they're making a good team today as they've taken it to the Atkins Brothers.
They certainly are. Now, once again, the Atkins brother may have tapped out, but quite frankly, I can't tell the difference.
Well, this is the new Atkins brother. This is the original Atkins brother was able to finally tag his brother there.
Yeah,
and who has put Kevin Knight into a headlock, but Knight is hitting him with some rights, and Kevin Knight now administers a headlock of his own.
Now, their physical differences between the Atkins brothers may not be
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Kevin Knight just ran right over the Atkins brother.
Now, the
Oh, look at that! There was a knee into Kevin Knight's back by one of the Atkins brothers, a totally dirty shot.
I saw 3 knees right there, David, while you were blinking.
Now they're double teaming the Master of Chaos, and they tried for a pin count, but barely got a 1.
There they go.
Kevin Knight trying to make the tag to Rik Ratchet, but the Atkins brother holding him so far, keeping him off.
Yeah, now there's some wrestling, David.
Yeah, he's got Kevin Knight right where he wants him, on the ground. Does not want Kevin Knight to stand up, use that height to his advantage. He's got a lot more height than the Atkins brother. Kevin Knight's pretty much as tall as both of these guys together.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
But
If you put them on each other's shoulders, Kevin Knight would probably still be taller.
quite possible, but I still wouldn't want to mess with him, David.
With who? The Atkins?
The Kevin Knight.
Oh yeah. The Atkins brothers had a diet once named after that. Are you aware of that?
Feels like something I would have said,
I
David.
know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't take your bit. You're the joke teller, the stupid joke teller. I'm the play-by-play guy. You're the guy who's supposed to derail this thing. Here comes the Atkins brother. He's got Kevin Knight. He hits him with a right.
Body blows.
Oh, my Lord. Kevin Knight with a big right knee. And look at him. He's just taking turns on everyone. Everyone whose last name is Atkins is getting hit by Kevin Knight. Nicole Atkins better watch out.
Yeah.
There comes, though, the Atkins brother responding with some knees and fists of his own. Throws Kevin Knight in the corner.
And he stays in the corner.
Stays in the corner.
Stay up, Kevin. Stay up. Stay up.
Puts Kevin Knight down. Kevin Knight slumps in pain to the mat.
Should we call an ambulance?
We are not allowed to call the ambulance. This is Wrestling on the WRAT, baby. The most hardcore wrestling on the radio. Oh, a big kick from Kevin Knight into the Atkins brother. Might have caught him a little low. I don't think that was Kevin's intention.
No. And then again, it might have been his intention, David. You
Perhaps.
never know with these guys.
You're not exactly sure. The Atkins brother goes for a pin. Too close to the ropes. He's not going to be able to pin Kevin there. Now he's got Kevin up. What's he going to do here? And a Russian leg sweep. That absolutely looked like it devastated the back of Kevin's head and his neck.
We used to call it a Yugoslavian leg sweep, but I know times have changed.
Well, they are certainly different right now as the Atkins brothers slams Kevin Knight's head right into the top turnbuckle. And he misses. He left for Knight. Wow. But he misses. Nobody home for the Atkins brother. Kevin Knight trying to tag. He's tagging the wrong corner. But hold on. Oh, he gets the tag to Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet.
Here comes
Oh, what a right from Ratchet. And another right. Ratchet's on fire. He's throwing rights.
He's going nuts.
Look at this man. Another right. He'd be making Fred Armisen from Portlandia proud. And a big right elbow. Oh, Rik Ratchet nearly got the victory for Team Knight and Ratchet.
Got him by. Now, see, that's the one advantage of these guys. The Atkins brothers keep their hair short.
Let me tell you something. Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, knows how to throw a right. I mean, I'm almost surprised that the Atkins brothers' noses aren't broke. He's going for the figure four leg lock again, Roy.
And that's a...
Oh, the Atkins brother disrupts that figure four with a kick to the chest.
See, now, while he's distracting the ref, David...
That's how they do this. I know. They cheat. One talks to the ref, and then the other one starts doing this kind of thing.
If I was a ref, I would be hearing this.
What's going on?
I mean, the referee really shouldn't have his back turned to the two wrestlers in the middle of the ring and having a side conversation with one of the Atkins brothers. I do understand where you're coming from there, Roy. Big right hand from the Atkins brothers under Rik Ratchet.
Sometimes I think these referees drink.
2 count. Whoa! That was closer than I thought it was going to be. The Atkins brothers nearly got a 3 count on Kevin Knight and Rik Ratchet. And Rik Ratchet gets tossed dismissively out of the ring like yesterday's garbage, but Kevin Knight pushes him right in the back. Oh, this thing is broken down into madness now.
We have absolute mayhem, Dave.
You got Ratchet on the outside of the ring. The Atkins brother now throws him back in. He's in a lot of pain right here, Roy.
Yeah, and you see that smile on Atkins Brothers' face there?
Arrogance.
That's arrogance, David.
Smug. Cocky. Full of themselves. Eloy Fiesta, the manager for Kevin Knight and Rik Ratchet, trying to do anything to get Ratchet's blood pumping him back in the match. And Ratchet gets out of it a big right, and he ducks. Pushes the Atkins brother towards the ropes, but falls down. What's the Atkins brother going to do here?
I'm going to say he's going to
To
jump.
the top.
He's going to jump off those ropes, David.
Oh, and he hits Rik Ratchet with an elbow.
I knew he was going to do that.
But Kevin Knight saves his partner and hits the Atkins bro a couple of times for good measure. Back to the top rope is the Atkins brother. This is interesting. One of his brothers is trying to talk his other brother out of it.
What's going on here, David? This is something I've never seen before.
Well, I think he doesn't want him to try another aerial maneuver because he did it once already and thinks it's too risky. But while they're having this conversation, Rik Ratchet gets up. Oh, and he slams the Atkins brother onto the mat. Rik Ratchet took advantage, Roy.
Wow, David, that was something else. I've never seen anything like it. Normally, the Atkins brothers work like a well-oiled machine. But for the first time, I saw some cogs in the wheel there.
There was dissension. I agree with you, Roy. For the first time, we've seen the Atkins brothers dissent right here. Kevin Knight gets a tag. He's into the ring. Now he's cleaning the Atkins brothers' clocks. Picks up the one Atkins brother and slams him to the mat. Wow. Picks up the other Atkins brother and slams into the mat. If your last name is Atkins, you're getting slammed to the mat right now.
I'm surprised he's not going for the ref at the same time.
Slam. Well, that guy's last name is Williams. That's why. Kevin Knight gets the pin in. He's got two. No.
Not quite, David.
Thought he had him, though, Roy. I really did. What a match. What an incredible match. It's Wrestling on the Rat. These superstars of the IWF just going at it in one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen.
The action is continuing, and it looks like we got a bit of a turnaround occurring. Well, I
look
take
at
that
this.
back.
Kevin Knight and Rik Ratchet threw the Atkins brothers into each other. And Kevin Knight hits a huge clothesline.
Wow.
That's good to the end. 2, 3.
3 it is,
That's
David.
it. We've got new champs.
I might not know much, but I know that that's a 3 count, David.
Roy, we've got new champs.
Unbelievable.
The Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, and Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, your new IWF Tag Team Champions as their manager. Eloy Fiesta hands them the championship belts in the middle of the ring. It's a dream come true for Rik Ratchet.
Wow.
We know Kevin Knight's had all kinds of championships. And thank you to Gary Capetta, the in-ring announcer, doing a spectacular job. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Brand new IWF Tag Team Champions. It's a historic night here, Roy.
I am speechless. And I just want to say that Eloy Fiestas, that's a pretty slick-looking jacket the guy's got there.
Oh, my gosh. Let's get going right here. Congratulations to Kevin Knight and Rik Ratchet, your new IWF Tag Team Champions. And we'll get to the post-show in just a moment. It's Wrestling on the Rat. And we're back. Wrestling on the Rat had a historic night tonight, Roy, as we have brand new IWF Tag Team Champions. They are the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, and Mr. Showmanship, Rik Ratchet, surprisingly defeating the Atkins brothers, who had truly been one of the greatest tag teams in the history of IWF and in the history of Wrestling on the Rat.
You know, David, I'll be honest with you. Today is a day that I did not expect to see yet.
Atkins Brothers with a new attitude change. We are pretty shocked, and it may have cost them. There was some dissension in the match.
There certainly was, and dare I say, might have been a little blood in the this particular match.
It was a hard-hitting affair.
Certainly was.
Well, that'll do it for us. I'm Eastside Dave McDonald. Make sure you're listening to the Morning Rat Race 6 to 10 on 95.9 The Rat. That's my partner, the Master of Style, Roy Harter. And ladies and gentlemen, see you next time on Wrestling on the Rat.